Commander Stahl, hailing frequencies are open.
Okay, we're on.
The opinions expressed in tonight's podcast are those of the individuals speaking. They do not necessarily reflect the views of HarrisFilm Productions or its other crew members.
Greetings, this is Steve Harry Harris and the HarrisFilm crew. Tonight, we have
Kenneth Mayes, Roy Ivey, Matt Arnold, Mark Furgeson, and
special guest Sean Reimer.
I play Captain Chris Sanders in Chronicles, Constar Films, Constar The Motion Picture. Highly recommend checking out those films. I have a brand new film out called Blue Nose, which is a Constar crossover in Star Trek Online.
Greetings, this is Steve Harry Harris and the HarrisFilm crew. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're waiting on the Constar The Motion Picture to start. And our plan is to watch the film. Maybe you'll hear us little talking heads say a few things here and there, or laugh or cry or whatever during the film. And then hopefully afterwards, we plan to stick around and give our opinion. And our rating system at this point is 1 thumb up or 1 thumb down or 2 thumbs up if it's really, really good. And I'm not going to try to influence anybody on their particular taste or whether they like the film or not. I want everybody to be honest and give constructive criticism. That's what we do here on our HarrisFilm reviews. So, anybody have any comments before we get started? We got, Mark.
There seems to be a lot of echo. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of echo right now. And delayed voice.
That's not Roy.
That's good to hear.
Did it go away? It was you? So just hit mute whenever you're not talking and we'll be good. All right. And Sean, start? Because the film is starting right now.
Let's do it.
All right.
I did kind of put in a 2-minute countdown for the premiere just to build a little bit more anticipation for you guys. I was doing a little bit of behind the scenes with the upload, not too much.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I need to talk after we're done tomorrow. Okay. I've got some questions for you.
I'm down.
Okay.
Well, Sean will have the answers.
I know, that's the thing.
Might try my best.
That looks pretty good. Okay, I've got everybody in the room, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew of the Constar, it was an absolute privilege to make this film. Buckle your seatbelts.
For sure. You in for a ride.
Oh, ew, I hate that guy.
He looks strange.
I drink to forget.
That guy looks funny. I know that guy.
Oh, Martin looks good.
Yeah.
He's going to be a foot short in this film, so.
For our audience, you might not have noticed, but Roy Ivey is on the panel tonight, and so is Sean Reimer. They're both in the film.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is probably the most impressive opening.
On a Constar film, yeah.
On a Constar
Absolutely.
film, yes.
A lot of heart there. I'm glad Vance has been able to work so many people into this film.
Yes. I regret that I wasn't able to attend, but at least they thought of me whenever they were working on it.
And I gotta say, I had a lot of support getting to that set because it was a hell of a trek intended. Going from Calgary, Canada to Harrison, Arkansas, but it was an adventure of a lifetime, and I really appreciate those who helped me like physically get my ass there. So
Yeah. It's good to see him.
yes, rest in peace.
Ah,
He was
yes,
gonna be
correct.
on our films. Yeah, he
Oh,
was
this
gonna
is a
be in
great
our
opening.
film as a
This is-
Klingon warrior.
This is bringing everybody up to date. It helps if you've seen it, but
Right, it's a good recap.
it is a good recap.
Really good vignette of it all.
Little buddy. Man, he has got big.
That last shot of the intro gets me every time.
Recognize Jeff Barnes' music? Sorry, he goes by Jeff Thomas when he does the music. This is some music that he originally wrote for us. Recognize it from Captain
Oh.
Hoth.
Yeah.
What's the status of the ship?
Old style communications coming in.
Let's hear it.
I repeat, this is the emergency Alpha 1 subspace message. This is Commander Selkos from the outpost Corinda. We are overrun by the Dominion. The relentless attacks have just been too long. We can't keep this up. We can't keep it up. We need help. Send reinforcements. Send troops. Send help as soon as possible. It's just a matter of time before the Jem'Hadar break through the compound. I don't know how much time we have, but it's not much. Please send help immediately. I repeat, this is Commander Selkos from the outpost.
Help. Prepare for rescue.
Aye, sir.
Sick bay. Prepare for casualties.
Aye, sir.
Ferengi are closing in.
Did you recognize Royce's character in the background he did?
Yep.
We did a
good little
review
Easter
on
egg.
this. Yeah, we did a review on his film.
Shields were full. Ready for fire!
Sir, some sort of weapon is being emitted from the lead ship.
What sort of weapon?
Shields up.
Power is dropping all over the ship.
This isn't like last time. I don't get it.
What are your orders, Captain?
We need to save the other ship.
Engines are losing power.
Can you fire weapons?
No, sir. Weapons are fully drained.
I don't get it. What's going on?
Ferengi shark troops are now starting to board the ship.
That is out of here now!
Engines just went offline.
Ferengi shark troops incursion in main engineering.
Engineering!
Comms are cut and security is scattered across the ship.
Uh-oh.
Reading a
Royce
massive
pressing
energy
buttons.
buildup in engineering. It looks like we have a massive energy breach in progress.
Well, there went Mirror Joe.
Oh.
Why?
We lost a mission again.
Why?
The Ferengi destroyed the ship.
Why?
They were sneaky.
Excuses. Why did you take this test? What do you have to prove?
I'm gonna prove I can do it.
Prove to me? Or prove to you?
prove to both.
You haven't proven anything to me except you can find ways to fail.
I'm sorry, Dad.
That's Captain to you.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Do you belong in that uniform?
I do belong in this uniform.
The uniform isn't something you can just replicate. Is that what you want? A replicated uniform?
No, sir.
Well, that's what you have. A replicated uniform, failed test. What do you have to say to that?
Kiss my grits.
He had a nightmare.
Everything okay, son?
Yeah, Dad, just a bad dream.
Well, we all have them. You better get ready for your big test. Excited?
I feel like that. I think I'm kind of nervous.
Nervous? Why?
I feel, will Sylvie be proud of me?
I am always proud of you. And I will always love you, no matter what happens. Now, why don't you go get ready?
Vance had somebody create this from a Lego thing that he did when he was younger.
I love the internet.
Yeah,
I love how that's something that can happen.
no kidding.
Sam, how are you, old friend?
Frank.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say.
Listen,
I hear you. How are things on the Harrison?
it's Frank.
I get lonely sometimes.
It's Frank.
I miss the good old days.
Sorry, Lex is off. Well, now on camera.
That's
She has a bit
fine.
of a thing for Frank.
She can join us. It's no problem.
Uh-oh.
As long as it's okay with Belle. Yeah.
For a reason.
Yes.
I get it. Besides, I have my hands full here.
Like what?
Now, besides the typical Starfleet malarkey, when there's a Romulan out there with your face on him,
Am I?
that's always fun.
Who in their right mind would want your face?
You are hot, Mr. Fantasy.
Touche.
Yeah, they're
What are the Romulans doing, though? It seems odd, given their current status with the government.
It's nothing I can talk about.
I get it. If I have no uniform.
Come back to Starfleet and we can discuss it. So what brings you calling, son?
Well, Eobard is ready to try again at Kobayashi Maru.
Again? He's not even Academy age and trying for that? Let's hope he doesn't burn himself out.
I hope he doesn't. I know he's smart. His tests are off the chart. But he is just a boy.
A good boy at that. So what can I do for you?
I know my standing with Starfleet isn't good. But I was wondering if Eobard could take a tour around the Harrison. Or maybe the Odyssey. Maybe the Constar.
A tour? Why?
I'm hoping to give him the right kind of inspiration. I feel like he's looking for something, but he hasn't quite found it yet.
That's relatable.
Yeah, it is. And if Starfleet course corrects, I want him to be able to have something to go to.
But does he know the reason that you left?
He knows bits and pieces, but I don't want my views to be his. If Starfleet fixes their ways, I don't want him to have any tainted views of it the way I do.
Now, let me think. The Harrison is in for upgrades, so that would be no for us. The Odyssey is handling some bug parasite situation, so she's off limits right now.
And the Constar? Now, she's been scrapped since the Sanders incident.
Whoops.
He didn't know?
Eric, it happened many years ago.
Remind me.
And they say my memory is bad.
Sanders? The only captain in Starfleet to ever murder any of his crew?
What?
Ever since the incident, Starfleet scrapped the Constar B.
No one wanted to serve on a ship that a captain murdered the crew.
Sam, I had no idea.
What could you do? For that matter, what could any of us do?
Why did he do it?
You'll have to ask his doctor.
Isn't that information privileged?
Not in this case.
The case is so rare, Starfleet security took precedence over it.
Who is his doctor?
Tomorrow.
Is she with you?
That's convenient.
Not right now. She's at the facility at Caliban Colony.
Treating Sanders.
I don't think there's any treating him, but
If the Constar is available,
she should be cleaned up enough for Eobard to tour a real Starfleet vessel.
I don't know, given the history.
Well, don't tell him.
but we are spread.
There's not that much blood.
Thin. And given your present standing with Starfleet,
It might just be your best option.
Where is it at?
It's in the Trek yards.
In Canada?
The Trek yards.
Yeah, it's in Vulcan, Alberta.
There you go.
I sure will.
Are we gonna help your friend?
I don't know, son. There may be nothing we can do.
You said we always help others.
I'll see what we can do. Go get ready.
Okay.
Computer, open up communication to the Trek yard from Eric Menard. And transfer to the shuttlecraft Muller.
When we get to the base where you're being held, Sean?
I don't think quite yet. Eventually, they make their way there.
That's one of our backgrounds that Ken made there.
Nice background. I like the jump seats.
I know that ship.
It was called the Constar. It was a good ship.
Then it fell through the sky.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
What happened next?
Well, I moved around to a lot of different jobs. Met a lot of different people. Life is like that.
Will I meet a lot of people too?
Oh, yeah. You're going to meet a lot of different people. Some good, some bad.
How will I know the difference, Dad?
It's difficult to tell. It's hard for me to tell sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm not perfect, son. But Listen to yourself. In the end, you'll know who's good and who's bad.
That sounds hard.
Nothing in life that's worthwhile is easy. Just listen to yourself. You'll be all right.
I'm gonna listen to my music.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It always looks to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure.
Let me take
I
this.
make you wanna
I've been expecting this. Timoteo.
Eric.
It's been too long, brother.
Since you've tried to murder the crew of the Constar A.
Was
I
it
heard
me?
about the merging of all three Menards. So, what can I do for you?
I heard what happened to Constar.
Which one? They all seem to end in tragedy.
Tim. My son.
I didn't realize. Which one are you referring to?
The Constar B. I just heard about the tragedy that was on board.
You could say that. When we received her, we disassembled her for the parts.
So she's not still together.
Why would you want to go on that thing?
Legacy.
Oi, don't diss my ship.
Inspire if I can.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like I can go that route.
Yeah, well, she's in no shape for a visit.
Take time to look into it for me. And Tim, if there's anything I could do for...
Just let it go. You're not him. Not all of him, anyway. And after all, you've gone decades without talking to me. What's a couple more?
He sounded really mad at you.
Well, your dad messed up a long time ago.
How did he mess up?
I was one of those bad people.
What changed?
People change. If they have a reason to. What's on your mind?
We should help your friend.
You think so?
He needs a chance to.
I'll look into it, son.
Hey, that's Mark Craig's.
Ah, nice.
Many people have asked,
That's
why
Ian
do I like
Burks.
Starfleet? And that's a good question. I've spent most of my life feeling alone. Starfleet has given me a family I never had before. And even when I felt lonely, I've never been alone.
As Starfleet, we move every day to find out what is out there in the vastness of space. To find out what we didn't know before. To find more friends, in a sense.
We have built an entire society based on respect towards other cultures and beliefs, even those that match our own. It hasn't always been easy, but it has always been worth it.
The greater good, bigger picture. Putting aside these smaller differences has helped to defend against past threats.
Threats like the Xindi, the Dominion, the Borg, Species 8472, just to name a few. Threats that could have wiped us all out if we hadn't put aside our differences.
That type of thinking has got to be the standard if you are to be part of Starfleet.
It's more than the pew-pew of a Defiant class ship. It's about being open to other ideals and embracing other cultures. Because in the end, this is Starfleet.
It isn't easy though. For most, it's hard work on the books and testing, if you enter the academy that way.
For others, enlistment can happen. There are many options and career choices if that is something you wish to do.
The Federation is a very accepting place.
Yes, young man.
What about people like Tucker Limba?
That's a unique question. Let me
Spoiler alert.
choose my words carefully, as things are still very tense on that.
He targeted people who were very vulnerable. He convinced others that their friends and family were bad news, narrowing the information that his followers trusted.
It was allowed to go on for a long time without this. It's cruel. Very, just by its nature.
What his followers didn't understand as though they were following a narcissist that would drop any of them if it suited him.
One thing people in the Federation can't forget is that Tucker needed to be adored, and he would pick people that his message resonated with. Then all he had to do was convince him that he was godlike. Because when God tells you to do something, you listen.
He convinced so many in Starfleet to mistrust others that were different from him.
Different? How?
Other dimensional beings. Universal shifted personnel, or USPs is what we called them. The reality is we need to be embracing the differences and learning more, not turning away or harming others.
How could an entire room be full like that?
That's a good question. I don't think they have an answer for you.
His ideals are something that's very dangerous. It almost destroyed the Federation at the core.
I believe in the Federation and in Marshall.
Well, that's what this seminar is about, to show what options are out there.
We'd like to think there's something here for everyone, if they want to be here.
I think there's something here for me.
Eric Menard is one of Starfleet's finest strategists, using both his intelligence and the resources of the network to secure his place among his allies in Starfleet, not just as an officer, but as one of the commanding officers in plain sight.
But what happens when that intelligence is used against him? That's exactly what we were tasked with when the Phantom took out Starfleet, one ship at a time, using plans specifically devised by Eric himself, using methods used to cripple us if we ever got out of control.
This we call the Phantom War, a war on such scale entire universes collapsed.
Eradicated is a more accurate term. One man's obsession with control.
Control of situations and control of lives. It's like we say, if we don't know the history, we're doomed to repeat it.
That's why this man, Tucker Limbaugh,
Spoiler
has
alert,
been instrumental in the fight against anomalies. In his crusade against people like the Man in Green, the universe seemed to settle down.
Even he seemed to go too far, working from within to disrupt the Federation. It became the very threat he was working against.
And on that note, I hope we will see you back tomorrow for more on this lecture on extremities of the Federation. Thank you.
Extremities?
So hard, is your lecture done already?
No. There's nothing here for me. I'm ready to go.
Let's go do the choo-choo dance.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo!
I just gotta say, it's so cool that, I've been watching Sam and Captain Foley since I was a kid, and now I'm in a film with them.
I've reached a dead end.
Yeah,
Figured you might have some insight.
No, I
not
wasn't worried.
starstruck, but no.
Just turn my monitor.
Wow.
well, that's different.
The USS Callister. That's Vargas's ship. Sanders' friend, right?
Both were married to Dawn and divorced. Enemy of my enemy type of
That
thing.
was Don's fault.
Trace amounts of trialophy.
In the area?
I'm not sure what could cause such a large amount. Normally, I would say a cloaked ship. But one that huge?
That's peculiar.
It didn't start until you got back with Eobard, and there is a trialophene trail from the Callister. That's why I thought you might know something about it. If it is a cloaked ship...
Not that I know of. I haven't received any communication from anyone.
Then we can only assume the intent is hostile.
Let me check. Scan it through to my pad, please.
Send all scans to the captain. To the retired captain.
Aye, sir.
Looks like by these sensor readings, it's the cloak of the Klingon ship, sort of Korath.
Commander, there's a ship decloaking.
Whatever you did, it's triggered who was out there, Eric.
Computer weaknesses on the Klingon.
I'll stand back from the red to handle this. Maybe they can shed
Well,
some
it's
light
not
on
wrong.
Open to communication.
Tell me about The Triddles.
The Tribbles. Jefferson plays Cisco in our film.
Lenard,
Younger.
House of Crorath.
Cormage. Pretender to the throne. Did you attack the USS Callister?
Why do you question my honor?
I question the honor of anyone that plays games. Like you.
These are not the days for games.
Then what are we here for?
Crorath was in command of this vessel when it was attacked. Attacked by the same who attacked your vessel out there.
And why didn't you call this into Starfleet?
Because some things can only be dealt with in person. A brother has fallen.
Is this...
As leader of the house, this belongs to you now.
Nice. Korath is related to Maj.
I don't understand.
You are the last of the House of Crorath.
Me?
Blood Brothers made you a part of the house, and now places you above me in every right.
In charge of the House of Crorath.
I had not seen enough battle to earn a place in the house, or a title in the ranks. So in Outcast, I shall remain.
You're not fighting this.
It was Crorath's wish for you to hold that which he held in high regard, and so I am honoring it.
I don't know what to say.
Then say nothing, chatty human. That is what Crorath called you, his chatty human.
Do you know who attacked him?
No, they attacked from nowhere and left as such.
I'll file the report to Starfleet.
Wonder knows that.
Keep them apprised of the situation. There are other things going on that I can't talk about.
If you are to avenge him, you cannot walk in two worlds. Is that how you plan to lead?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it.
The ship is yours, and I will do as you command.
No, I don't want this ship. Not now. But there may come a day.
Then what are your orders?
Take the ship. Do with it as you must. Speak on my behalf.
Only a member of the house can captain the ship.
If we're going to find out what's going on, we need to work together.
I will follow you. In order to honor my fallen friend, chatty human.
No more pretender to the throne mentality.
Agreed.
No more fighting.
The only fighting I shall do is by your side, brother.
I may be the last of the House of Crorath, but I welcome you to the family.
And I accept the honor to be in your house, Menard, House of Crorath.
We need to honor him together.
For Crorath!
Kapla.
Perfect. There's another Mark Anthony Craig background. That looked a lot like a Ken Mayes background.
Captain, this is a surprise.
I was interested in some information.
And how may I be of service?
Captain Sanders?
Medical files are restricted. I cannot give you any information without proper clearance.
What can you tell me?
Only what's on the official report.
Most likely what I already know. It says here that he was visited several times by Captain Mickle.
Indeed.
Why?
I cannot specify.
Do you know?
I cannot specify.
As flexible as ever, old friend.
Indeed, Captain.
I haven't kept in touch with the old Constar crew, but retired, the ship's promoted to the head of Starfleet Sciences.
Indeed, Starfleet will not permit a commanding officer to have another ship if the ship is lost.
The Constar A.
I don't know if that's true.
The V'ger incident with the ISS Constar and the Constar A is classified. We need not discuss it.
Yet you know of it.
The bond between Vice President Denson and the Admiral is strong. He felt need to share.
In case Sam needed to stop me again.
It may be more than a whistle to stop it next time.
I'm not that man anymore. I've changed.
Indeed, but as you say, be prepared.
Indeed. How can I blame you?
You have contingency plans of your own against those who would be a threat if left unchecked. This is no different.
Let's just make sure it stays that way.
I'm sure both parties are content with the way things are currently and feel no need to change it.
Good.
That ambient noise should be the same when he's looking at the monitor and when he isn't.
Anything yet?
Nothing yet, sir. Captain, wag me a fiver on the comms.
Put it through.
Have you called to tell me you're going to kidnap me again?
There's Leslie.
No, I think once in a lifetime is enough for me.
Well, if anyone can keep breaking Federation law and get away with it, it's the Rain Cross.
I'm glad to know our reputation precedes us. But I do have some news to give you.
What's going on?
Korath is dead. His ship was attacked by an unknown vessel.
When did this happen?
We got the report only a few hours ago. We don't have all the details. We do know that Eric sent in the report and that the Sword of Korath is in the process of looking for any hostiles out there.
Is he on it?
Not from what I could gather, but you know how hush-hush Starfleet has been on his interactions. There's not exactly an open-door policy on this.
You don't have to tell me. If anyone can relate, it's me.
I'm sorry we haven't been in as much contact since we dropped you off. Radio silence has been a must unless absolutely needed.
No, you did what you needed to do. Tucker Limbaugh was never going to let things go.
No, he wasn't. We all took risks to make sure that the crew of the Isis was safe.
Adjusting to a new life. I just watched the headlines with invested interest, waiting for the day things go back to normal.
I'm not sure there ever was such a thing.
I wonder that myself sometimes. So what's on your agenda?
We're about to rendezvous with the Sword of Korath and try to locate anything out of the ordinary.
The Rain Cross isn't exactly a top-notch ship anymore.
Ouch.
Not after all you've gone through.
Maybe not, but we do have some of the best equipment on board and the best people who can use it.
True. Bring justice to Korath.
You can count on it. After Chilcott's passing, things were never...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another one we missed.
I'm not sure how much more loss this family can take. We need to come together again.
Yeah, neither men would have wanted us all to have drifted apart.
No, they wouldn't.
Well, one thing at a time, I suppose. I'll be headed out to see what I can find.
Sounds good. I think I'll reach out to an old friend and see how things are going. Maybe fix some of the distance that's grown between us all.
It won't fix your situation, though.
No, but Eric sacrificed for me. I'm safe from the cult. Least I could do is sacrifice some time and and see if we can heal a hurting family.
I can see why you stayed in the medical field.
You don't get to be in charge of the entire center by staying on the sidelines.
Same thing can be said about the captain's chair.
Good luck.
Same to you, my friend. Helm, set a course for the Ogden system. And get the Sword of Krorath on comms.
Aye, sir.
So Tucker Limbaugh is leading a cult in this timeline in the future.
I hope they repair the rain cross of the burn that it just received. Oh God!
Yeah, no kidding. Uh-oh. Flashbacks.
For funny story, my grandpa would not stop going by in a snowmobile when I was filming that scene, so that's why you see the tracks, because he kept wanting to make a cameo. You want to go for a skidoo, Sean? No, I got a tripod out here, man.
Josh. Looks like the old Starbase studio in Oklahoma that moved to Arkansas. Now called Warp 66. I was supposed to meet him and go to a convention in Birmingham, and then he got sick after that, and that was it.
Hi, Dad.
What brings you here, son?
It was time to feed Rufus.
Is it that time already?
Clock's ticking.
It always is.
What are you doing here?
Just thinking.
What about?
Oh, nothing.
Will the tree fall?
You always say that. What
If I
are
let
you
go.
thinking about?
I think you were right.
Somebody's got to hold it up.
Yeah.
I think my friend needs help.
Are you going to help him?
I'm sure going to try.
Why can't you help him?
It's complicated.
You always say that too.
I suppose I do. Things are a bit more complicated when you're older, son.
Only if you let it. You either help him or you don't.
When did you get to be so smart, Turkey Bud?
I'm always smart.
You watch Star Wars.
You are.
But your friend, it's just like Rufus.
How so?
The clock's ticking.
It always is. Computer. Open up personnel files. USS Constar. Navigational contact code 10.
Oh no, it's more me. Brace yourself.
Which Constar?
Captain Christopher Sanders. Personal logs. And go.
He's going to read your
That
mail.
information is not on file.
Is there any information, interviews, or newscasts on the Slaughter of the Stars incident?
Verified.
Show them.
Huh.
Play files.
hear them in my mind. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. It's all I can hear, and it keeps me up at night. It's like someone behind my eyes is watching. I think I know why they don't sleep. I give them so much to watch, but I've had enough. But is it enough? Only they know. We're all out here in the vastness of space. The space in my mind. So much more clear.
The rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
All the voices silenced.
Oh, I got a lamp like that too, right there.
All the screaming silence. My only constant companion, that rocking chair.
You're mad.
Now they know too. They know why we don't sleep.
Missing a maddening cackle. Mwah.
Get me Captain Mickle.
I love that place. Mark Anthony Craig, you outdid yourself for us.
Hello, Eric. It's been a while.
Audrey, I need your help. I'm not the man that hurt you.
I know. You have his face, hold his memories, yet you're not him.
I'm not. I understand why you have your reservations, but I'm not him.
I believe you. I heard what happened, and I know all about the tilt-a-whirl and such.
To say it's complicated is a bit of an understatement.
Which is why, let me be upfront with you. I forgive you. What you did to my ship, my crew, I can move past what happened.
It was the reason why I stayed away from everyone.
We all heal our own way. I've made peace with things. And your family, Eric.
I always loved you, Audrey. You're like the sister that I never had. I'm glad we could talk like this.
So I've noticed you've done your best to get off everyone's radar. Split up with Dr. Spangler, stay as secluded as possible from others. I heard you even left Starfleet.
I couldn't follow what it stood for anymore. It got crazy.
I know how you are when things get tough. You regress and pull back from everything. I know the feeling. I needed that too. After the Constar, I came to head of sciences. There was more peace there than in command.
It can be dramatic if the wrong people are in charge.
Exactly. Although they say Admiral Trochum did offer you a job smuggling things from the Delta Quadrant.
Is that what they're saying?
What could you be smuggling?
Air products.
Eric Menard. So what help do you need from me?
That was a good one.
Sanders. What happened there?
Oh, that can of worms. That's something I never thought I'd be thinking about for a long time.
Oi, I'm not a can of worms. I got arms, legs. I'm a human being.
What are the trace elements were there?
I'm not a can of worms.
Yep, big old can of worms.
No,
Elements from
you're a
this
can of worms.
inconclusive.
You.
That's not something that should happen with this diagnosis.
What was that old cartoon? What was a worm that had arms? You put on a
In my
suit?
expert opinion? No.
I can't remember.
I guess that fits me, but no. No.
The same thing I did.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, there was a There was a bad guy in Shazam.
Yeah, it was Earthworm Jim.
It spoke to me like a
Earthworm
rope,
Jim, yeah.
not like a disease. And I think she saw the same thing.
I think I need to have another chat with her then.
It might be more
It
helpful
never
to have a
ends
chat
well
with
for Earthworm Jim.
Nope.
Sanders.
I would.
Would that even be allowed?
For
We'll see if this earthworm escapes this.
For a renewed
All I
Starfleet
need is a
captain,
suit.
I would say so. I think Toronto Station would allow you if Admiral Trochev made a call.
I think we owe it to Chris.
I think if there's something going on that can explain what happened, we need to understand it.
And spoken like the science officer I know.
These are perfect
I never
composites.
changed, Captain.
You know, Audrey, I was very proud of you sitting in the center seat.
Thank you. It was something I never thought I would ever do.
Till you were in that spot. And you led the crew well.
Let me know what's going on with Sanders if you find anything out.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch. Menard out. I think we're going to change course. If you don't mind a delay.
Okay.
Son, let me tell you about a friend of mine.
Okay, Dad.
It's been a long road. Get from there to
I keep forgetting about this part with Greg.
So messed up.
Admiral Vandenboss. Well, this is unexpected.
I
Unexpected.
appreciate you answering my call. I know you've been out of commission for a while.
I prefer it that way. Retirement suits me. Growing out the beard. Me and Sullivan are enjoying our golden years.
So I've heard. Congratulations, by the way, on the new baby granddaughter.
Granddaughter. Wow.
So what can I do for you today?
We represent an organization in which a former officer has left due to complications.
Complications?
Eric Menard, former commanding officer of the Constar, reunified with several versions of himself, made things complicated with the general public.
Yeah, I remember the speech that he gave, calling out to all of Starfleet. Bold move. I'm sure that made some of the brass very unhappy.
Once the situation was over, we considered the matter closed. Here's why it's not. Having held several high-up positions in not only our Starfleet, but several others across multiple timelines, he runs the risk of exposing us on several levels. That's what Starfleet fears the most. We have exhausted all conventional means to keep Menard away from the Federation and out of the public eye. We have failed. We now need someone who has experience in
Unconventional means?
well,
hiring a
to put it
hitman.
mildly, your time with temporal investigations was more hands-on than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, coming from you, that says a lot. Legend in the field and all.
I don't know if I would say a legend, but I've been around. Let's just say I see things differently than most.
Like this thing with Eric.
I've known him for a long time, and he has a way of showing up when you least expect it.
He keeps Starfleet honest. Exposes corruption. Some would say that's a good thing.
And I would count myself among them. But as you and I have seen before, things can have unexpected consequences.
Yeah. One must gotta move and everything is undone.
One misstep, and everything you knew is only a memory. Or an erased timeline. You know that most, Don?
It's hard.
What is?
To reconcile what we do with who we are sometimes.
I used to think so.
And it's why I left the job. I didn't like the person I was becoming.
Ever think about coming back to Starfleet? We could certainly use someone like you.
Like me?
Mitchell, you've never been one afraid to act. Some in Starfleet saw you as reckless.
You're on the screen.
Too eager to jump into
Steve.
Video. But I saw someone who, where it was necessary.
Don't worry, we love you, Steve, but
Difficult decisions.
What do you want from me exactly, Venom Boss? I'm retired. And I'm sure you've got a whole new batch of agents to send on wet work assignments.
he's been retired for how long now? He keeps coming back and out and back. And...
So he won't see the dagger coming for his back, is that it?
Rumor has it he's been probing into things he shouldn't. Asking questions. It's time for him to stop.
Have you tried calling him?
What kind of things?
The slaughter of the stars.
Why would he want to know about Sanders?
I don't know. But it can't be good. And you know how he is with sticking his nose in other people's business.
Again, part of his charm. I'll reach out to Audrey, see if she can shed some light on this.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. I haven't agreed to help you. Just ask questions. To find the truth for myself. Hard to know who to trust these days, isn't it?
You're loyal to a ghost, Don. The Menard you knew, he's gone. This new Menard is a combination of all the other versions. Our universe, the mirror, the divergent. Somewhere inside of him, the Phantom remains alive.
That could be a problem.
I know you have history with him.
So you're saying the man in green might be at the wheel.
Like I said, he's not fully the man we both knew. It's why he's a risk. We can't have him creating chaos. We can't have the Phantom resurfacing. People are afraid enough as it is.
Well, on that at least we can agree. We need some stability in the Federation again. Some peace.
Peace. Is that what you think we had before the Phantom War? Before the Dominion? Or the Borg?
That's what it felt like. Simpler times.
Revisionist history. Peace never lasts. War is the only true constant.
Maybe you're right. But it doesn't mean we stop trying.
Exactly. There's a lot of scared people out there today. It's up to us to maintain things.
Nothing ever scares you, does it, Venom Boss?
Only tomorrow, Don.
And Menard.
Only the future.
Good job, Roy.
Some great dialogue.
So much
It
for
was
retirement.
great. He writes really good stuff.
Well, you said you were bored. I didn't say. I'm doing this for you. I didn't say anything. Now I'm gonna have to shave.
I know how you feel.
No, you didn't have to.
Yeah. Greg always does some really good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Let's hear this music. It's in one of our films. doing a teleconference, and Jeff was playing this, and he goes, "Does this sound familiar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just can't put my finger on it." He's like,
I hope this message gets to you quickly and without any problems. I miss you already. I wish I meant to say we've gotten so close these last few years, and even closer these last few months, and I really didn't want that to end, but I couldn't say no to the Melbourne. But I wanted you to have something that you could always keep close to you, a little piece of me that you can have on you at all times. It's a bracelet that was passed down to me through my family. I don't know how long ago it was made, but it's been there as long as I can remember, and it represents our passion for space and for exploration and the stars. It was meant to represent the original solar system in the Milky Way galaxy that our Earth was a part of. So it includes Pluto. I should tell you how old it really is, but it's always been a cherished part of my family, and I don't really have anyone to share that with. There's no one left, no one to give it to. So I want you to have it, so you always have a little piece of me with you, whenever we're not together. I know I'll have so much fun on the Melbourne, but it won't stop me from thinking about you every single day.
Melbourne was destroyed, right?
Yeah, she's like, I can't even say the word, Schrodinger's cat, whatever that is.
Ah,
So many people are like that. They're alive, they're dead. They're dead, they're alive. Depends if, when you open the box.
Right. But the Melbourne was destroyed, yeah?
In most timelines, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Martin's character is transferring.
But I don't know if we'll deal with it or not. You know, this may have all started with Melbourne.
You're such an odd fellow. So strange. So Klingon.
I thought Klingons discarded the bodies.
The 4 years
Oh.
war seems
Yeah.
so long ago.
Oh, Jeff made that picture, by the way. He took the picture that we got from Steve, and Jeff merged it with the background that you
I
saw.
wonder what would have happened if we hadn't got stranded together.
We were talking about doing Xenocian Encounter together.
Even then, you were teaching me the wisdom of your house. Invited me to join. I wish I could tell you one last time what your friendship meant to me. Somehow I think you knew. So strange. So, Klingon. Last of the House of Korath. I will make you proud. Kapla.
Dad, we just got married.
And
They're ready.
then we have a mission to do.
Kapla.
Don't
Great
ever
tribute.
point a phaser at your father.
Does that look familiar? Another Mark Anthony Craig work.
Oh no, it's my home.
1999 Eagle on the landing pad.
Yeah, New Lake Tranquility. Yeah. Oh boy.
Lex just called me Colonel Sanders in the chat of the premiere. Oh dear. And here he is, being.
I'm sorry.
There he is.
Sanders. That's it.
Donovan, what are you doing here?
Audrey said I might find you here. I've heard reports that you've been looking into Chris. I had to see for myself.
We don't sleep. We don't sleep.
See?
Feels like I've lived a lifetime to the forgotten fixing your messes.
Is Sanders aware they're there?
Phantoms.
Heard about that, did you? Yeah.
Probably.
There.
I don't know. It's
from a crew.
It's hard to
sort
say.
of. It's hard to say. I'm sure he sees them, but he's too overwhelmed with whatever's going on. I won't spoil it.
I made a very good temporal agent.
Okay.
So much of that job is standing by while terrible things happen. Also, you can preserve some future that your superiors deem is the correct one. But I wanted to do what I felt God wanted me to do. To help, if I had the power to do so. Like I'm trying to do now.
You don't trust me.
Eric Menard was one of my best friends. And then he died. Years ago. So much has happened since then. Now here you are. Never thought I'd be standing here talking to you.
Like the ghost of Christmas
Is that a good
past.
thing? Or bad?
I guess that depends on what you're doing out here.
If there was anyone who could protect the things that I held dear, my legacy, it was you.
Yeah. I always appreciated the trust that you, the other you, had in me. In a lot of ways, it was an honor, but
there's a flip side of that coin. The burden. Trust me. I know it.
I went to some dark places for you. Places I never wanted to go. In the darkness, it changes a person.
No. You were always the light in the world that I was in. The hope. I knew that you could carry that for others.
I only ever wanted to do the right thing.
You did it. You saved so many lives. Just look at the Constar crew. Mikkel, Russo. All of them. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Well, looks like we got one more to save.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't sleep.
What can you tell me about him?
We don't sleep.
Not much, unfortunately.
We don't sleep.
He was in the Riley sector, responding to a distress call from the Armitage, but there was no call. But he kept insisting there was one.
Where's the Armitage now?
It's been missing for years. That was one reason why no one took him too seriously.
You knew the Armitage better than anyone. You taught Jake everything you knew. If there's something in those logs, I bet you could find it.
Well, I had to find those logs first.
I think we need to go to the computer court in Constar B.
That sounds like something the Knights could help with.
Or maybe just a few friends. I'd like to keep this one a little closer to home.
You don't trust the new kids? Your legacy.
There's a lot of crazy out there. It is one of the reasons I love Starlight. And Chris. He's family.
You want to keep it with family?
And I think I need to fix it with family.
Well, looks like we gotta go to Russo's junkyard then.
And looks like Eobard will get his tour after all.
Yeah. I'll radio Tim. Tell him we're on the way.
No. I need to fix things with Tim. If I can't fix it with him, there's no hope in working together.
It really is you in there, isn't it? It's good to have you back, Eric. I'm glad I don't have to kill you.
I thought I had anger issues with him.
Yeah, the anger inside him, it's been festering for a while.
Well, Eric had his reasons for things. I had every reason to be mad. Sent me away, divorced, all for my protection. That wasn't easy to get over.
Yeah, but here we are.
And here we are. Funny how things turn out.
So, you still stopping by?
No, we simply don't have the staffing. And the schedule's been hell. And don't even get me started on the biofilters.
The coils are clogged up, huh?
Like cat hair in a vacuum.
Hey, leave cats out of this.
Whenever we can get the comms up and running and the replicator producing my raspberry sweet tea, I'll be happy.
You know our scrapyard is always open to you. Things might be a little moved around with that ion storm that came through and scattered things about, but we're here.
I just may take you up on that. I take it you're all still working on Operation Retaliation.
Hey, that's what makes being out here worth it.
This is not really my thing, but I know how important this is to both of them.
I don't know if Tim's ready for that yet.
He better be. I think the people deserve a little bit of hope. Everything fell apart. This could go a long way to fixing things.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, this thing with Eric got him in a really bad mood.
Continue to work on him. People need to learn to let things go.
Yeah, I've talked with him a few times. I think I'm making progress, but you know how he can get.
You and I understand that anger all too well. He shouldn't go down that road. None should.
Agreed. Oh, damn! Which one of you cats made that smell?
Well, I'll let you handle your business. Let's hope this drama clears so we can all find some peace. Spangler out.
I hope they don't have smell-o-vision in the future.
That's why this fan film is sponsored by Arm & Hammer Cat Litter.
We'd have all been a good family. Take care of Eric.
Tim, we need to talk. Please.
I don't think there's much you have to say that I want to hear, Eric.
Tim, you were one of my best friends for years. I'm asking you to trust me here, even for a moment.
Trust? That's real rich coming from you.
So don't be like me. Be better.
What is it that you need, Eric?
Thank you. I've already talked with Audrey and Donovan. Something's not right with Chris.
The whole slaughtering of his crew wasn't a dead giveaway?
I once had a friend named Garth. He went through something pretty similar. And it took him a long time to get through it. I think this goes beyond that.
How so?
He claimed they received a distress call from the Armitage. Starfleet never received it, even when they went through the records.
I have personally gone through those records myself, as I needed the core for a personal project. I've never noticed any coded signals like that.
Is there any way to go through the memory core of the Constar?
You know you're asking a lot.
I know. I know you like to stay off the grid at your salvage. And I know I'm not exactly Starfleet, nor your favorite person, but I think we can figure this out. Together.
Thinking that you are invincible is no kind of armor, neither for you nor for us.
I'm sorry I hurt you, Tim. I'm sorry I hurt all those people. If I could give myself that pain instead, I would.
Prove to me that you are not the same man. That you are not the man in green.
I have a son now. Life isn't about me. It's about him. I have to make things better for him.
Children can change you in ways that you can't possibly imagine. It's why I let Starfleet after the incident.
I had no idea you had kids.
2 boys and a girl. I spent years not there, and I felt us drifting apart. Funny. I'd always thought fatherhood would agree with me, but it's the hardest job I've ever had most days.
I get where you're coming from. It's hard. It kills me that someday I won't be there for my son. And I know it'll tear him up. I'm very close with him. But you just have to enjoy the time that you're here. Teach them. Guide them. Love them to death. Just be that light. And remember that it's not just a job. It's a choice.
It's been a long time since I've heard this, Eric.
I'm telling you, Tim. I'm not the bad guy.
No. No, I suppose not.
You're going to make mistakes. It's arrogant to think that you never will. But for the next generation, knowing someone believes in you, knowing someone has your back no matter what, I'm going to give him the freedom to make his mistakes. But I'm also going to be that parachute he can pull whenever. I want him to know that his dad has him. That if he falls, don't sweat it. That his dad has him. To get back up and keep chasing his dreams. To think of another game plan and send him right back out there and keep chasing. To go get it.
I can tell you're not the man in green now.
Yeah?
He was never this long-winded.
A real person. And they can, too. You'll all be fine.
You've given me a lot to think about.
So about this memory core. Can we take a look at it? I have a few friends that are on their way.
You sweet talker, you. You know you assumed a lot, inviting them here before even asking for my help.
I know the kind of man you are.
I'll have a fresh plate of pizza rolls for everyone. There are a few things we do need to get sorted here before we can go hunting for this thing.
I won't tell you how to do your business. We'll be there when we can. Bernard out. All right, son. I think it's time we go get our friends and get going.
Uh-oh.
Navigational systems are down.
Shields are holding. What's the status of the weapons?
I got phasers.
What do you say we give him the old heave-ho?
Oh, yeah.
Red alert.
So, play.
Another Jeff Thomas music.
I don't think they expected a fight.
Well, they're gonna get one.
Easy now. We're in no condition for a long-term fight. I'm gonna try to get a communication out.
The armory was hit.
We need comms up.
You can't demonstrate.
A bird with a note tied to his leg.
You always got such good ideas.
Firing then.
Let's see what you can do.
Main power's buckling. I can hold him off.
You just eyed you.
Yeah, boy. It's time to get to the escape pod.
We both live. Everybody lives.
Then let's do as much damage as possible.
Dad, something's on sensors.
Oops, there we go.
That's a 3-8-4-7-2 ship.
USS
Still a
Harrison.
sexy design. I love it.
Lexi strength.
The bad guys flying away.
They are?
I told you, everybody lives.
Yes, son. Yes, you did. Open a channel.
That's an old ship.
Well, did I catch you at a bad time?
Not at all, Sam. I figured space needed a little more air, so I figured I'd let the shuttle supply lead right into it.
Hang on tight. We'll be within transporter range in 90 seconds.
Good, Sam. We need to head to Russo's salvage yard. The core can be the key to what's going on.
Well, it's a good thing I have Tamara with me. I didn't think you were going to let this go.
Not when a friend is in need. He's family.
And family's important.
Wise kid.
The crew on the planet need a ride as well.
I need to start charging by the passenger then.
Without charming you, we'll need a refund, Sam.
Hardy har har. Prepare for beam out.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's not allowed on YouTube. That's pure pornography.
Glasses?
Exactly.
How can they not tell it's him?
Well, because
Ken is in charge of pornography.
He becomes a
Yeah.
superhero?
Well,
Starship
no.
pornography is Ken's
I mean, sort of.
specialty.
He's always a superhero.
That's
it's just that
Josh.
people don't know it all the time.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Ugh, I give up.
Captain, we're receiving a communication from the USS Harrison.
Is it Admiral Grissom?
No, it's Captain Menard.
On screen. Captain, I heard that you weren't part of the fleet anymore.
Things have changed. Much like you. Captain.
30 years will do that. But the Excalibur? She's a good ship.
According to the Harrison's records, she's supposed to be patrolling in the Arcane sector. She wasn't.
Unfortunately, it couldn't be helped. The Farragut was under attack, so we responded.
Under attack. From who?
We have no idea. Honestly, that's why we're still in the system. Almost as soon as the ship appeared, it disappeared.
This seems to be a theme as of late.
Really? What am I missing?
A mysterious ship attacked Korath's ship, then vanished.
And you think it's the same ship?
I think it's connected.
Makes sense.
We're headed to Samus Station, look into a couple of things. You're welcome to join.
That sounds like a good plan. Once we get the Farragut up and running, we'll have Captain Tyler join us.
He's the captain too now? Man, you see, I've missed a lot in the 2 years that I've been away.
After Starfleet was divided, it took its toll on the top brass. After that, the shuffling began.
I can imagine. But at some point, you have to rebuild and move on.
How did you?
By understanding that some traumas here so big that they change the entire core of who you are.
That I was a good person, put in an impossible situation, and then into the best that I could.
Well, we're glad you're back with us. Whatever's going on, we'll help you figure it out together.
On the old Valiant, Bishop used to say, never jump the fence if you're not willing to face what's on the other side. He was something else.
A smart captain that I know once said, some of us stand on our own, together. He said some other stuff too.
Sound familiar, Mark?
Captain Rogers. I wish you, the Excalibur, and the Farragut well. I know you're with us in spirit.
Captain Menard, I always am. Rogers out.
And you think that that's why my dad's friends messed up?
That's one way of putting it. These things have been popping up all over the place, so it can't be a coincidence.
So was it his fault after all?
That's what we're going to find out. Are you excited to be part of all this?
Till we were attacked, I was.
Hey, that's part of the Starfleet life. Sometimes these things happen, but we have to have each other's caboose, you know?
Yeah.
Why do you want to join Starfleet, Eobard?
Starfleet officer told me Starfleet's important.
What does it mean personally to you, son?
My dad's the Starfleet captain and he's made a difference.
You want to be like your dad, don't you?
I'm not him, but I can't be like that.
We all have a path in life. Starfleet isn't for everyone.
I can always choose something else. My dad said so.
And he's right.
Jaeger to Grissom.
Go ahead.
The analysis of the battle between the Undine ship and Menard shuttle is out.
And?
You know, I've definitely earned a raise off of this.
How about a pizza party?
Pizza rolls.
Anyway, the Undine ship's run on
Fresh pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Helps deflect
Not those frozen ones.
Yeah, no. And definitely not in a 50-degree flippin' Arkansas shed.
butter.
That's great work. Put it in a file for me so I can take it with me. Tanner's going to need a few days to recoup the systems while we're at Stanley Station.
BTO, sir. We're 2 minutes out.
Nobody said out. Saying we're 10 minutes out doesn't count when you're supposed to say out.
Bringing the total number of casualties to 2.3 million. System DQ has failed.
Isn't that Dan Reynolds?
Under these circumstances,
Yep.
Captain Leonard has been given the Odyssey, and Captain Menard has been reinstated, awaiting assignment.
There's Martin.
Trochim out.
As promised.
Pizza rolls.
I knew there was a reason why I kept you around all those years.
It certainly wasn't for your engineering skills.
Hey!
Good to see you, Timoteo.
Good to see you too, sis. Well, as you all know, there still are a few things we're waiting on before we can get access to the computer core. What kind of things, Tim? It's sort of a side project. What kind of side project? It'll be easier to show y'all.
Well, in that case, let's indulge.
Always food with you boys.
But of course.
I wish I was strong. Would have known from the start. Instead of waiting so long to reveal what but there's no use in talking. You made up your mind.
Looks like Sanders would like to have a pizza roll.
That was purely acting.
You want to join Star?
Those things look disgusting on set. I did not want to touch them.
But I'll tell you what. Try this on for size.
Is this?
A real cadet uniform. And because of your homework, I'm promoting you to acting ensign.
I can't believe it.
Do your homework, kids.
There you
You
go.
keep on the right path, like us here, and your dad. You can do anything you want in the galaxy.
Yes, sir.
Now run along and try this on.
Good work.
It's ready.
The computer core?
Sort of. It would be easier to show you.
Martin's coming on board our series as a TOS doctor from the Constar era.
Is the Constar B shredded up here?
Like I said, I've been working on a project.
Oh, wow.
Jordy's not the only one that can put a ship together.
Let's try not to crash this one.
As long as Menard doesn't cost me another leg. It took Captain Button a month to program this one for me.
Funny how those doors know exactly when to close.
Yeah. Ken, did you notice the graphic shows it's looking like Discovery
It's been a
Area?
long time since I've sat in this chair.
Both of us.
The computer core was salvaged from the Constar B after she was disassembled.
And you kept all this from Starfleet?
Some people built model planes, others starships.
I bet.
I'm initializing the power relays to the memory core from engineering right now. Hey, Manny, how's it going down there?
Like blood from a turnip. You'll get your power.
Wow.
You harpy.
Ship systems are a go. Minimal status.
What is it specifically that you are looking for?
Donovan, I don't think Young will mind if we take his station.
All right. I'll try not to step on any toes.
Who's going to fly the ship?
I think we all know who's going to fly the ship.
Why don't you go ahead and take a seat, son?
Yeah. Here we are. Stardate 7608.3.
This is Captain Zine of the USS Armitage. While investigating a spatial anomaly,
Several of my crew members have started to experience living hallucinations.
they've been repeating, "We don't sleep." They've carved it on the walls, and they've even carved it into their own flesh. We're
That's
trying
what I
to
heard.
understand what this means.
Things have only gotten worse since we've been pulled here into fluidic space by the Undine. We're trapped here for now.
I have no proof that they are behind the hallucinations.
But it all started with the anomalies that pulled us here.
Look.
Yod me, Nigush.
If you're receiving this, listen to me very carefully.
There is an invasion coming. Close the anomalies. Armitage.
Boy, that look from Frank.
Mm-hmm.
There have been reports of these anomalies all over the place. Between you and me, ships have gone missing.
And there's been no warning?
It's not something Starfleet would advertise as it would open themselves up to their enemies.
Plus, there's no way of knowing where these anomalies are going to pop up next.
Maybe there is. Audrey, Tameril, if you don't mind, work your magic.
Inputting the scans of Sanders' brain. You should be ready now, Captain Mickle.
Analyzing with normal space in the area. Donovan, I'm going to send you something. Take a look.
Yep, I see it. Tameril, what are your thoughts?
I can confirm these anomalies and these brain scans are one and the same.
So Sanders was affected by the anomalies that was created by species 8472.
Wait. So Sanders was affected by the Undine?
It appears that way, and it appears that it affected many others as well.
Then we have to stop them.
We may get our chance. I'm picking up a distress call from one of those brain farts Mickle is pushing out.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
This is Commodore Lobato of the Federation Starship Raycross. We've been disabled by an unknown enemy.
Gravimetric forces in the area are off the scale, and life support is failing.
I fear that whatever is happening to us may be the beginning. Please, send help.
Sir, I'm receiving a mass communication from a large void in space. It registers as Undine.
Let's see it.
Uh-oh.
To the members of the Federation, I have long stood by you as one of your own. For so many years, I held my head up high as a member of Starfleet's elite, shaping the course of Federation history. That ends now. My name is Vandenboss. Since the day I was born, In the future, in a future, 363 years from now, on a rundown station orbiting New Kittimer. Imagine my surprise when I found out that the Galactic Union keeping me from, well, I guess it doesn't matter now. I came back to destroy one key figure in history, but fate didn't have it that day. So I took from him someone he cared for, so that it would have a ripple effect throughout history and create the very war I was looking for. A temporal Cold War. And it did. Everything was affected by this event. With the death of a wife. On the Valiant, 100 years ago. And I have been shaping the galaxy, preparing for this invasion, all under your noses. And now, I return to my people. No one will ever keep me from them again. And I have words or warning. Get your house in order.
Merry Christmas.
Vandenberg.
Get your House of Korath in order.
But he was such a nice guy.
Some people go their whole life without finding their purpose.
Roy, it's your turn for an evil cackle.
It was simple.
And you never know who your friends or foes are till the last second.
You'd think people would have noticed that Vanden Boss hadn't aged over the last 130 years.
He needs us to save it. Anyone want to say no?
Things aren't always what they seem. Yeah.
Stations.
Who's going to sit at the helm?
Battle alert. Condition red. Russo, power up the engines.
Aye, sir.
Ruiz, prepare the Constar to disembark.
Aye, sir.
Mickle, keep scanning the area. I want to know exactly what we're going into.
I'm on it.
Lee, let the Raincross know they're not alone.
Sending hugs and kisses now.
Son. This is yours.
You trust me?
I always trust you.
Well, they're still in
Take the weapons.
Undine space. Yeah.
Let's go save our friends.
Come on, Eobard, navigate the navigation.
What kind of collectors are these?
Good one.
Ken. They look cool. Yeah. They're not blue.
Running on quad lithium.
Okay. So this is a brand new one. We had the original A, B, and now we have the C.
Yeah, but why that design?
It's all that Rousseau had available.
Open the comms.
Comms open.
It's a good design.
This is Captain Menard of the USS Constar. You are trespassing in our space and threatening our way of life. I urge you, consider your actions and stop your incursion. We will not hesitate to defend ourselves against your aggression. The choice is yours.
Scanners are lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Then they leave us no choice.
Warp engines online.
What?
Power systems are as full as they're going to get.
Let's go.
What happened to the Voyager peace treaty?
You should know. You're the bad guy.
Check out this warp.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Prepare to engage the enemy.
Little motion picture influence there.
Yeah.
Several Undine ships are grouping. They've left fluidic space. No shields.
The groups are rifts between our universe and theirs. But it's not fully stable.
Where's Admiral Janeway when you need her?
Anywhere they want.
That's right.
Starfleet Academy with the kids.
No.
Yep.
So we have a way to shut them down.
Can you find the rift and close it?
If I can get close enough to where they are, I can find the rupture.
You get me close, I should be able to seal it.
Let me work my magic.
Go, Martin.
Anyone look out a window? I don't think they're going to let us pass.
Mr. Ruiz, get us behind them.
Kinky. I like that.
Cadet, prepare to switch to MIQ fire.
Aye, sir.
First wave of Undine ships compromised.
Good. Repeat my hail on a ceasefire and give them the chance to end this.
Did we ever raise shields and go to red alert? I see red alerts activated.
Very astute. I see how you made Admiral.
I would assume shields are.
Secondary weapons are now coming.
They're going if it's red alert.
Yeah. Automatic, I guess.
We may be cutting through the black butter, but we're taking serious damage.
It's like 110 years later.
There you go.
You only have bad news for me.
There's escape pods out there.
How do you know this?
I hear them.
I can feel it.
Mitchell, scan for escape pods and prepare to beam survivors.
Got it.
To Merrill, get down to sickbay and prepare for casualties.
Aye, sir.
Might want to stop by the brig first.
And computer, activate ESH on deck 5. Prepare for incoming.
Emergency security hologram activated.
No way.
Please state the nature of the security threat.
When did he film that?
Probably Warp 66. Use green screen.
Yeah. We lost him 2 years ago. Hey, Cisco made it.
Yeah, it looks like he's been hit.
And he was too tall for the sickbay bed.
Mm-hmm.
Nickel, keep scanning.
I think he said he's 6'5".
He feels taller.
He probably looks taller in person.
Oh, this is the second time they smoked up the medical bay. Oh, there's some blue there.
We're taking a lot of damage on JCON and NC systems. I could really use some backup on auxiliary plasma relays.
Enhanced scanner there. Deflector shield, I should say.
Captain, I'm getting a message from the Terror in space.
Maybe they're reconsidering the ceasefire.
Watch out for ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
This is Janessa Mitchell, stranded within the hostile realm of species 847.
Oh.
My vessel has sustained critical damage, and they are relentlessly tracking my coordinates. Requesting immediate assistance from any nearby Starfleet vessels. I repeat, this is Janessa Mitchell, requesting immediate extraction. Species 8472, closing in. Assistance required urgently. And transmission.
Any year now.
Oh, can you imagine what's going through
Fine?
Yeah.
Not at all, brother.
Mitchell's head?
There's a path.
Oh, yeah.
Ruiz, plot a course.
Course set.
Let's go.
I know Royce is good, but I think somebody would shoot back.
Looks like New Year's Eve.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be some after credits, so
Well, he's traditionally known for that.
yeah. All right, guys, be looking for your names in the credits.
Well, they sent Frank Parker off the bridge.
Mike Locklear, Sean Reimer, Greg Mitchell.
Mike Locklear. Donna Smith Parker. Sean Reimer.
Roy Ivey, that guy sounds familiar. Leslie Sawyer, I just talked to her the other day. Wolf and Reynolds.
That straitjacket, they took me out of that about 6 or 7 times, and like the heat was so much, like I was stuck to that thing by the 4th time.
Ouch.
It was terrible. It was a wonderfully terrible, wonderful experience.
Now, one thing I'm surprised at, they didn't do anything with Rousseau's storyline. There was a after-credit scene where he was revealed not to be actually Rousseau, and he was some kind of being. He might have been like the guy from Nowhere, where No Man Has Gone Before. He had the glowy eyes.
Yeah, Mitchell. Gary Mitchell.
No, yes, the character Gary Mitchell. Yeah.
Here you go. Kenneth Mayes, Ian Burke, and Mark Anthony Craig was before you. And if he lists the specific models, Ken, you'll get a shout out on the Crytek, which actually appeared in here somewhere at the shipyard. Look, special thank you to HarrisFilm Productions for lending me a helping hand when needed. Anytime, buddy. Thanks for supporting our effort.
Alec Peters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, just helped him. I recognized a few of those backgrounds, I think. Oh, had a uniform shirt on at some point. Sean.
The uniform shirt?
Yeah. Was that a background shot or was that from another film?
Oh, the blue jacket, you mean?
That one.
No, that's my personal jacket that I showed up in.
Yeah, this is behind the scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I'd love if they showed if the Canada Olympic jacket made it on the screen, but alas. Maybe next time.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, okay. What was the big? You had a big monitor up above the bridge at one point.
Probably so Josh could see what he was filming.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the dealio is.
Well, we kind of left Sanders in an in-between spot. I mean, it's not bad for him, but we don't know how he recovers or anything else about it. So,
what is this? The 32nd century?
Can anybody read this? I can't read what that was.
Music.
Ah, the weapon of Mitchell.
Right.
Sanders' glasses. Okay, we're
in the
movie.
distant
Okay.
future. Did you
Distant
see the ship?
future. Okay.
Yeah, it looked like the Enterprise J.
Lobato.
It looked even further than the J, like 32nd.
Yeah.
Leslie.
Yeah.
Oh, Leslie got a shot. Was she ever a captain?
You might see one of our insignias in this shot somewhere. I don't know.
There's a nice display. The uniform, the Menard uniform, I think.
Yeah.
From TNG.
Yeah, Pat. Passport 78 Pat, right there on the table.
Yep. Okay, what's the rumbling? Hypo. And
who's making noise?
Buckle your seatbelt.
Yes.
yeah, I was trying to tell if that was part of the show or not.
I couldn't tell. All right, stand by.
It was a clumsy changeling.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what'd you
Could
guys
be.
think? Would you give it 2 thumbs up?
Give it 2 thumbs up.
One thumb up for effort because I was totally lost most of the time.
Some of it is because you haven't seen most of the series. But yeah. So let's go with Sean. Obviously, it's a little awkward to come up with your own review of yourself, your own performance. It's awkward, but if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just give us the overall impression of the film.
No, I can. 2 thumbs up for my performance. But
Honestly, because you couldn't do that with the straitjacket on. You couldn't give yourself 2 thumbs.
Yeah, exactly. Like they keep they take me out of it, and then they put me back on it. Oh, we forgot a scene. Oh, we forgot a scene. And then they finally take me out of it, and then Vance is like, "No, here I want one Sanders hallway scene." And then they take me out of it. Oh, we need like a Sanders sickbay scene where he's in this like hand-me-down uniform, but it's like it's a symbolic thing to show that he's back. So yeah, you know what? My okay, in terms of my personal performance that day, I made it until 6 o'clock, and I resisted the urge to have another pizza afterwards, and I settled for a Philly cheesesteak. So, but overall, acting performance for me, it's of course not many lines, but I feel like in terms of I was going to say facials. That sounds terrible. In terms of the
expressions,
facial expressions, I think being able to act without saying anything, I think
Yeah, emoting. You did a great job with that. And
Yeah.
Leslie also agrees. She's in the chat right now. She said, Sean,
Oh, she
you were
is.
great. Yeah.
Thank you, Leslie. You're amazing. Thank you. So yeah, no, I think I did everything I set out to do with that. The film itself, I already did a review on Vance's channel of the film, and so it's impossible. It's impossible for me to completely separate the impact that this film has had on me and the impact filming this and going out there and meeting everyone, people that I've known for an extended period of time, people who got me through COVID. Honestly, there's a lot where I'm looking at the scenes of us on the Constar Sea, and I was even hinting of it in the review. I can smell the set. I can see the close up sweat stains on Vance's forehead. I remember it all. I remember afterwards having a few bourbons with Greg Teft at the Hotel Seville while Martin was desperately trying to get some sleep. It was amazing. It was an absolute journey of a lifetime. I guess you could say it's been a long road getting from there to here. So there's that. I had to. The film itself, I was able to see quite a few rough cuts of it, and that's why I put a lot of and I made a lot of shout outs towards Greg Mitchell, because there were a lot of scenes where different people have different audio equipment. Once there was one character in the scene with another character where their gain levels were very, very different, and in the finished film you can't notice it. So
excellent job, Greg. Yeah,
yes,
I didn't notice any editing problems at all.
Honestly,
sound was perfect. I mean, the only complaint I had was that one place where the ambient sound didn't match when Menard was on the monitor with the other person, and
even that for me, like I was going through a similar thing with Kill All Your Friends, where I wanted to make the ambient sounds different, but I found it was a little too distracting in the editing process. So I understand his decision to make it just easier to listen to. So yeah, there's that. CGI I think was the best the Constar film has been. I love that. I still watch that final battle with the Constar Sea and the Undine. There's times I go into Star Trek Online with a Discovery Constitution, and I go and battle the Undine, and I put that song by The Heavy on, and I just kind of I reminisce a little bit. So overall, like I'm a terrible reviewer in terms of being non-biased when it comes to this, because it's simply impossible. Like there's some technical stuff I can nitpick. Like there was a scene where Sam Cocking's he didn't get quite enough footage, so they looped his footage, and it was kind of
that's fine.
And so there's that, and like typical fan film stuff. But yeah, I'm always gonna I'm gonna discredit that, and I'm gonna hold on to the memories of being able to hang out with Royce for that long. It was an absolute dream come true, and to think at the start of the year I didn't think it was gonna happen. I was telling Vance, I was like, it's like $1,400 for me for this trip. Like I gotta stop in Dallas, and then I gotta take this tiny little sardine can of a Cessna to this tiny little town. But I'm glad that it was able to happen, because it's something that's changed my life forever. So from a non-biased perspective, I'll admit a non-biased perspective, but a perspective of someone whose life has been completely changed by this film, unapologetic 2 thumbs up.
Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of hard to be unbiased when you're so involved. I mean, I have a similar situation. I was not actually physically there, but our team has supplied quite a bit of support for the film, including Kenneth Mayes and other VFX, and of course our own Roy Ivey, who decided to become a bad guy. What's up with that?
Hey, I wouldn't say I decided to be a bad guy, but it's a very interesting journey. You know, it was always a possibility, and yes, Vance sold me the idea, and I didn't know if I was going to go with it or not. But it was like I always say, you know, you judge it by the story, you know,
right?
And it was some good writing, you know, at the time, and it's.
It was a twist.
I could tell that it was as I told Vance at the time. It's like, okay, it's not what I envisioned, you know, but it is. It's not exactly wrong either. You know?
I mean, it totally fits the story.
Yes, you know,
It's like, why didn't we see this coming? Right?
Well, he's always been on edge. He's always been on edge, and I've always played Van den Bosch straight down the middle. You know, you know, and I, to show you how much I played it down the middle, it was like, you know, with Greg, you know, and I told him this too, or whatever else. When we finally committed to this, and we, you know, I shot some things, whatever else, and I found myself having, I was feeling bad about it. Yeah, I felt like I had let Greg down. You know, I mean, it's like I really run Greg through the ringer, really, on this, because he gives Van den Bosch a chance, you know, and he becomes his biggest supporter, you know, and he's been turned around on Van den Bosch. I mean, I ordered this guy to be, you know, to be killed. And by the time of the conversation was over, he was my best buddy.
Right.
It was I was amazed by that. And it also rang true. You know, so I can't complain about the arc of Van den Bosch. But if you're and if you're concerned or wondering, you know, we're full of universes and timelines, and HarrisFilm is not duty bound to do anything that the Constar has done. You know, I respect Van den Bosch's end in this timeline. You know, but you know, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with my origin as Van den Bosch or my future stories.
78. Right, that's correct.
And everything else.
There are creative choices, and I applaud the one that Vance made here. It works for his story, and it was very impactful. So you give this 2 thumbs up for the entire production?
I've got to give it 2 thumbs up because it's about the journey.
Yeah.
And it's about the thing. You know, Vance always says he makes these films for his people.
Right.
And I'm definitely one of Vance's people.
I agree.
You know,
I'm very privileged to have you on the team. We're very privileged to have you on the team. And thank you for being with us for these last couple of years. Looking forward to the next year coming up, where we got some good stuff that should really showcase Admiral Van den Bosch. Okay. Any final thoughts? All right. So let's go with Matt. You need to turn up your volume a little bit, I think.
Can you hear me all right?
No, you're a little low.
I have to turn
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right. I think I give it 2 thumbs up for Sean did a great job on this part. And he didn't do much, but you know, I think he did a good job. And don't forget Miss Leslie there. She did a good job.
Yes.
Everybody in the whole entire film did a good job, and the main twist was with Admiral Vanderboss for me. He ended up being like a bad guy at the end of it, and what question did I want to know? Where is the real Vanderboss at?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a real Vanden Boss, or did that character get created by the aliens, the Undine?
Right.
Very perceptive of you. I've considered that.
Yeah, could he be a prisoner?
Right.
8472.
Hmm.
As soon as I seen that ship, I knew it. I knew the species 8472.
Right.
And they could be bad news. But the CGI was good. I am so proud of little buddy with the part that he did. He did a good job with it. I have been a part of an episode of
Martin.
Vance Major did.
Yeah.
I worked Prime. I was in that, and I am so glad to be part of both the Harris films and other fan films I've been part of, and just thankful every day. And
Well, you've done a great job for us. Just watch Captain Ross's final message, and and of course we've done the Halloween thing and the Christmas thing, the holiday hours, that continues to showcase your character. But we anticipate a lot more coming out soon in the next year. So you give this 2 thumbs up?
Oh yeah.
I thought maybe you didn't like the film, man. So, Mark, talk to me, Goose.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Royce did steal the show.
I don't hear you. There you are.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know me, I never take notes.
Yeah. So this is Mark Furgeson. He plays Dr. Jones in the Task Force 78 series, the chief medical officer on board USS. Which one is it? Which is your ship? Miranda.
The Miranda class.
Yes, it's the USS Miranda, the class ship. So talk
like
to us
that
about Constar, the motion picture.
I liked it. First of all, 2 thumbs up. And I like the opening where it showed the nacelles where like they were black and swirling around where the warp deal is. That looked really good.
Yeah.
Very good opening. Really kind of captured my eye.
Yeah, the Constar has a different type of engine than any other ship. So it's always going to be visually easy to spot. Whenever you see the Constar with any other ship that looks similar, you'll know it's the Constar.
I really like the subtitles being in there. That was very helpful for if I missed some dialogue or whatnot, I could see the subtitles. Those were really nice to have in there. He said something about Menard worrying. He was talking about being from 2 different worlds. I didn't get that.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult without watching most of the series, but Menard goes through various iterations of himself. So he's from different realities, different times, different, like the Mirror Universe Menard was really, really bad. And in a recent episode, 1 or 2 were killed and the rest merged into what we have now. So yeah, it's complicated, but
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yes, that's what we talk about a lot.
What's the difference between the Constar and the Constar B?
Well, I don't want to get into the specifics of the different ship designs.
The Constar B has murder.
Oh, okay. And 2 years ago, hey, Sean, I got a question for you.
Yo.
What are your plans for the future? What do you see yourself doing?
Oh, dear God. I don't know. After this, have a bite to eat.
There you go.
Other than that, I've said this in my review for Constar The Motion Picture, because like 2 years ago when I wrote what ended up being the prequel for this, it was intended to kill off Sanders. Like I intended to just have that be it. I wanted it to be just a ambiguous ending, cliffhanger, permanent cliffhanger, never resolved, the end, good night. But
kill all your friends and then just disappear.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I touched on this in the review, but I don't know if that was indicative of, what I want for Sanders, or just kind of, I don't know. I was projecting a lot of just really crap stuff on myself. So I feel like after going through this, going through Constar The Motion Picture, going through a couple of my films this year, Blue Nose, and kind of revitalizing Kill All Your Friends, because now I look at it and it's like, okay, Blue Nose is Sanders fighting in the Undine and having it be like a round one type thing, where they like after that battle they fully hijack his brain at that point, and then Kill All Your Friends, the ending to that, the meaning of that becoming completely revitalized from what I wrote 2 years ago. So having gone through all this, I don't know what the future holds really, but it's very, very positive for what I want to continue to do, because I was watching this, and I even said, like, I'm in a fan film with Samuel Cockings. That's like that's a big kind of explosion in my head with me being a Trek Yards fan for a decade and a half at this point. So I'm like, I'd be very, very happy to keep doing these, which is not something I would have said 2 years ago. I feel included in this. I feel like I matter. I feel like these are the stories that I want to tell. These are the little bits of humanity, the little bits of my life that I want to tell. These are the, like, I want to be able to change people. I want to be able to entertain people and hope that they learn something, as opposed to teach people and hope that they were entertained.
Yeah. Now,
So,
give us a spoiler-free glimpse into the future of what you're planning to do with your own fan films.
Well, I mean, it's obviously going to be spoiler free, because I can't spoil anything. I don't know. But it's Sanders will return. That's all I can say. I'd love to. I was kind of throwing around the idea on set in Arkansas, actually, of thank you, Leslie. Your support's been amazing in all this. I was throwing around the idea in Arkansas to, I think Martin was one of the people I was talking to about it, about having a Blue Nose series where Sanders kind of like starting from square one, and Ruiz is talking to him about like this junk ship that he's working on, and Sanders wants no part of it. He just wants to kind of hide away as per usual, but then he sees the registry on it, and the registry is NCC 1921, and it's the original Blue Nose, but in this timeline it's the only Blue Nose that's ever existed, and it's a pile of crap, as opposed to the state-of-the-art ship that was in the film. So that's the rough groundwork that I have so far, but honestly, for the rest of 2024, I'm taking the rest of the month off. We'll see how it picks up next year, but I'm really, really happy.
You deserve a break.
Really happy to be doing this.
All right, what else you got, Mark?
I'm good. One other thing is that I really like Vanderboss. I mean, I really like that character. It's done very well, and I also liked at the end where everyone came together on the bridge, and it was just a very, very warm, very warming. I really like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the characters are based on reality. They're based on the people that are playing the part. And I have to say that I've really appreciated our association between myself and Roy and everybody in the room here. So I'm looking forward to great things in the coming year.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of stuff that we filmed. No big surprise. When you're a filmmaker, you film a lot of things, and then a little project happened instead of the big one that you were expecting to come out. So that's been disappointing to a lot of the actors that are involved. And I apologize to you guys. There are some that, like Roy, that we filmed in 2000. What was it, 2022? You know, originally, and we started discussing it back in like June or something in that year. So it's been an ongoing project. The music from what we were just watching, a lot of that music was originally written by Jeff Barnes for that series that we're working on now with Task Force 78. So it's not like we've been sitting on our thumbs. You know, we have to do composites. We have to get the proper backgrounds created, the right VFX, and then edit it all together. That includes the sound. And that's not an easy task, especially for one or two people to do. So that's the way things go. But I'm very happy with what we've actually been able to accomplish this year so far. We've got there's 3 music videos, including Ken's. And Ken's video that we just completed and uploaded last month is on his website, on his YouTube channel, has gone almost to 10,000 views. I'm like, what? 900 and something views for just that one music video that we did with the Shinano. So, I mean, sky's the limit, guys. You know, we can do the little cute stories like Holiday Hours and Halloween 2267, and we can do the tough stuff too, like you know, Where Do You Go, or Directory of Possibilities that we were in with Frank and Vance. So that's the wave of the future. It's just, we filmed it. It still has to be put together in certain cases, and that's something to look forward to. And our group here will be reviewing that type of footage and helping me put that together in the right direction as the months roll on in the next year. So Ken, are you around, or you had to go somewhere? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Ken would say he had a couple of issues with a few things.
Nope, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he'll give you 2 thumbs up. But that said, I know Ken well enough to say that he wouldn't have been happy with the Constar C. Most of us in the group do not recognize that spacecraft as belonging in our timeline. Okay, it's just a preference, and it's just our opinion. Other than that, though, I think, like I was impressed with the overall story, the way things just meshed together so seamlessly. The composites, who I didn't even see it in the credits. Whoever did your composites, fantastic job. Okay, the sound was almost perfect. Props, sets, obviously, a lot of those were actual sets that are built. The backgrounds, you know, thanks for letting us participate in some of that. The cinematic effects by Mark Anthony Craig that you incorporated, little shots of things that hinted about Task Force 78, including our patch that was on the desk at the end. We appreciate that shout out, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. And we really thank you for all of the support you've given us in the past, Vance and Frank, and we look forward to cooperating in the future. So with that, I think we've come to a conclusion that this film rates 2 thumbs up, and we'll say goodnight from HarrisFilm Reviews, Constar The Motion Picture live watch party. Be sure to check out our channel. We've got a lot of stuff online, including some podcasts and some previews of movies coming up. So check in with us on Wednesdays when we do our reviews on our channel. And on Christmas week, it'll be Klingon Krampus. We're actually reviewing our own film. So there you have it. So Ken, you got any last comments?
I'm back. I had to go be them.
No problem. So I said that I thought you would have objected to Constar C. Other than that, I thought you would probably be fine with the rest of the film.
Not as long as it's understood that that's not actually a Discovery universe, but could be just an experimental ship from that timeline.
Right. But it would be nice to have that explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is constructive criticism. That's what we were saying before in all of our reviews. We're not saying you did it wrong. We're saying we would have liked a little bit of an explanation.
The only major criticism that I had, other than being totally lost in a lot of parts of the story, was that the scenes with Vance and Royce in the shuttlecraft when they came under attack,
yeah,
they used my rendered backgrounds for the interior of the shuttle. But then when they showed the exterior, it was I think what they called the Type C shuttlecraft, Next Generation.
TNG era, right.
The exterior does not match the interior. In fact, they literally showed out the front 3 windows on the interior when they were at warp. But then on the outside, it's one long window that wraps around.
Ah, yes.
And I was like, it's like,
well, we did give him the option of using our shuttle, and he decided to go with a different shuttle, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think it worked pretty well.
It didn't match. You know, that threw me, because I noticed that right off.
It threw you because you knew the design. You made it. Yeah, I know what you're saying, though. But that's just a little nitpicky.
That interior literally is part of the exterior model that I built, you know.
Right.
I build my interiors and exteriors together. So, yeah, that threw me. It's like, all right, that interior does not match the exterior.
Yeah.
But then again, if you go back to TOS, the interior of the Galileo did not match the exterior.
That's correct. There were different sizes, too.
Yeah.
So, you give it 1 thumb up?
Yeah, I already gave it 1 thumb up. Like I said, being not really understanding what was going on through a lot of parts of the story.
That makes sense because you're
that threw me off.
You're not into the story. You're not into the series, so you've only seen a couple of episodes, and it's not that easy to understand out of context.
Yeah.
So that's understandable. So, you know, don't take it personally, Vance or Frank or anybody associated with this particular film. Is, you know, hey, you almost got a perfect score. As an average, you've got a HarrisFilm score, believe it or not. 2 thumbs up. Okay, so that concludes tonight's show. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope that you'll come back and see us on Wednesdays. Good night from HarrisFilm Productions. Good night, Matt.
Good night.
Good night, kid.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mark.
Good night.
Thanks for being here, Roy. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night, Task Force 78.
Have a good week.
Merry Christmas from Harris Films and Task Force 78.
Hailing frequencies are closed. Transmission complete.